Hello and welcome to round 2 coverage of the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open presented by Discraft. You got BigSexy in the booth again, myself, Nate Sexton, my good friend Jeremy Koling. Say what's up.
Hey, yeah, what's up? We have a fun card here. Charlie Goodpasture coming out with the smoking hot 54, 13 down first round. Or 53 first round.
53, yes.
Yeah, 13 down and
what, 5 12 unders?
Yeah.
5 players, just one back.
Yeah, I mean, there's 12 unders on the second card. It's just amazing how well people came out round 1. So
Yeah, so hole 1, we got a new position for you guys this round. Par 3 still, but we're going to take a hard right. We're playing to the basket with the orange top. The position with the orange top. It's actually the Chain Star basket.
Right.
Over in that position today.
I liked the drone was done so that you could see both basket placements. So you can see that there's not that much of a change here, yet the hole seems to play much harder for everyone, I feel like.
Yeah, because it's a right angle right at the end. So you really can't, I mean, you could park it, but very, very difficult. You have to kind of almost play for that 25-footer.
Right.
Charlie going with a backhand here. Looking for a little more flip.
Oh, just caught the edge of that. That's pretty thick right there. I mean, he could have fought through that and been up there for a putt. Wasn't that bad of a throw, just a little bit wide.
Yeah, he should be fine there. Have an opportunity to throw a little short forehand or a turnover to get up to the green. Barry Schultz is a guy that's probably throwing some kind of leopard here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. This is one of his, the disc that has made him the player he is. He's just so smooth with this shot. It's a little bit too low. He didn't quite commit to that height that you want to. You know, Charlie was really close to the line, but Barry maybe saw that and was trying to avoid catching the same shrubbery.
Yeah, Simon looks like he's got a mid-range. Not really a challenge for him to get the distance, but I think the ceiling could come into play.
This is a course that Simon feels really confident on. I was playing a practice round with him right before the tournament, and he was just lacing shots, and he just kept saying to himself, I'm going to win this tournament.
Yeah, I heard him saying that too.
Yeah, he's pretty confident right now.
And MJ also looking like perhaps a mid-range?
I can't tell. It looks like actually maybe a wide rim driver, actually. Maybe a heat. I actually don't know MJ's bag as well as I feel like I should. But either way, he's no stranger to Woods flip-up turnovers.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Has the distance. He'll have a straightaway putt, probably 45 feet.
Yeah, if not a little. Yeah, that's a little bit further than you like, but give himself a chance. That's really not a bad start for this hole.
Yeah, still the best drive in the group, clearly. Charlie going for the forehand. Just got to make the corner. He does that. That's a good feeling. Get out of the gate with an easy par. Especially, I'm sure he's feeling a little bit of pressure being in this position of leading a really, really big tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he's led a lot of tournaments this year. He actually has 5 wins this year down in Florida. Mm-hmm. He's no stranger to playing really well. If you haven't heard of him yet before, it's just only a matter of time before he found himself in this position. He's a really great player.
He is a good player, for sure. A great player even. But I think this tournament's a little different animal than some of those Florida events as far as what it feels like to be in the league.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have top 3 ranked players in the world here, maybe 4. I don't know who's currently ranked number 4, but
there it is.
Yeah, that's how MJ plays golf. He throws nice, slow turnovers and makes big putts.
Definitely. I feel like that's got to be about the 4th or 5th big putt we've already seen in this tournament.
Oh, man. And he had, like, the big putts he had round 1 weren't, like, 40-footers. They were, like, 60-footers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's really lighting up from outside the circle.
Yeah.
This hole came in at the 13 hardest hole today.
That's all, huh?
Well, yeah, I was kind of surprised. It actually played a little bit easier than round 1. There was more birdies. There was 13 birdies round 2 as opposed to 11 round 1, which is kind of surprising.
That is a little bit surprising with the trickier pin position.
Mm-hmm.
Just the one birdie for this group, MJ coming in with it, so he moves into a tie for the lead. Hole 2 is a par 4 uphill, 453 feet. We've got a little bit longer and more left basket position today, which I think kind of makes this hole a little more true as a par 4.
Yeah, I think so too. The day before is kind of I don't want to say a tweener because it certainly felt like a par 4.
Yep.
But this extra bit of distance really makes the tee shot so much more important.
And the out-of-bounds creek is there no matter where you land your tee shot. You have to think about that on your second shot. But I think the thing about this one, as it moves up to the left, if your drive leaks left, you end up with really not much angle to go to the pin. You have to make a pretty special shot. If you put it right in the middle, then your special shot has already been made.
Yeah.
And he should have a pretty easy putter hyzer.
I mean, he can improve by maybe 50 feet off that drive. Otherwise, and if he goes any further, that creek comes in play. That's essentially a perfect drive from MJ.
I agree. This right here, though, this is kind of what I'm talking about. That angle is not appetizing.
Yeah, if you don't have a good sidearm mid-range turnover, from that range right there, it becomes really difficult. Your angle is really cut off.
And Barry, I expect to straighten this thing up pretty nicely, and he has.
He's been doing that
Just
for about...
a little bit left, more than he might want, but I think he'll still have a play. And let's see how aggressive Simon goes.
He might be going for the green.
He might try to get up there really close to that creek.
He's one of the rare players that I think is... He's really smooth. He's got great touch. But he might even be more accurate throwing harder in the woods, which is really an interesting dynamic to consider, that his safe play, his smart play, is the aggressive attack.
Yeah, and that's a true thing, I think, for some players. Because if that's your style and that's who you are, then trying to go against that and play a little layup golf, you can get yourself in trouble.
Right. And Charlie comes up with a really nice, held it tight and avoided what Barry just caught there. And oh, goodness, look at this.
Wow, but he's going to stay in bounds.
Yeah, that's good. There is a creek up there, but he got across the creek before he hit the trees.
Charlie's shot really was pretty fantastic from there to bend it around and skip it right up to the pin.
Yeah. MJ making the fairway look twice as wide as it is.
Yeah, as predicted there. Easy little putter hyzer. And Simon, you think he's going through the V here?
He's probably finding the hardest gap to go through.
Through the V, right to the pin.
Yeah. He has a flair for the dramatic. It's always fun to watch him play. And a nice shot there.
Yep.
Made that look pretty routine. He's going to have a tap in for his par. We got 3 players who are up on the green putting for birdie, though.
Simon starts us off. Nice easy putt there.
And this hole went from being the easiest by far round 1 to the 6th easiest, which is a pretty big change. This is that little 30-foot change. It's actually 32 feet 10 inches. Each basket is on the edge of the 10-meter circle, so it's only 32 feet difference. And that little bit of difference, just like hole 1, really adds a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it changes the preferred landing zone quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, and there was a eagle on this hole, though, round 2.
Really?
Max Nichols, a lefty, threw in probably a turnover second shot and got his eagle.
Wow.
But it also produced 4 bogeys, a quadruple bogey, a double bogey. So there's a lot of numbers going on in hole 2.
Yeah. Well, anything with OB and hillsides, you're going to get some scoring separation. Hole 3 is staying in the same position today. We've got the straightaway 288-footer. The real challenge here is just a little OB pit there on the left. Other than that, it's not that tough of a hole. You just can't afford to go too straight and slide right into that OB. If you just move the disc a little bit to the right, you're going to be putting.
And there's that purple banger.
Yeah, it's going to be moving right, just like... Oh, really not as much as you might want. This could be scary.
Yeah, that's going to be OB, I imagine.
That looks OB to me as well.
Yeah. I think he hit the backside of those rocks. And you talk about sliding OB. Also, if you hit any of those trees... it's almost guaranteed OB land. So
yeah. You know, the disc is just going to filter down to the lowest spot, which happens to be that little pit. And that might be left of the OB.
Yeah, that's only a circle or an oval there, and I think that he's kicked outside that oval.
Yeah, so not what he wanted, but I mean, fortunate in a way. It's like, you know, he missed his line by even more than MJ, but it actually worked out. And Simon's done the exact same thing.
Wow, we're seeing some trouble here from the lead card. This hole is the second easiest hole in the course, and lead card is making it look like it's a lot harder than it is.
One guy left with a little KC rock. See if he can show us the way.
And if you're going to miss, not that you want to miss, but if you're going to miss, that is the safest way to do so. And that's one of the things that separates top pros from up-and-coming pros, is they know their miss. Yep.
I'm still expecting at least 1 or 2 of these guys to connect for birdie, but I'm going to say there wasn't a good drive thrown there.
Yeah, and I don't think MJ even has a chance for birdie.
I think he's OB. And Simon just off the left side.
Down for Barry to save the grace for the lead card here.
For the pride of the card. Good man to have it on his shoulders.
There God.
There you go. Somebody's got to get it.
Yeah, just got it over the rim there. Nice little hot putt there from Barry.
And here's MJ from the short side of the OB. 25 feet left, and he will get his par.
Yeah, good connection. Good start for MJ. He's got birdies on hole 1 and 2, and a little circle 3 there on 3. You can't be upset with the circle 3.
No.
I think you're more upset if you get a 3 the normal way.
Yeah, I could sort of see that too.
It's like a lot of really good shots can go into that creek, whereas if you just don't give yourself a chance for the 3, it feels a little bit, I don't know, feels worse in a way.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, sure.
We got the 1 birdie there from Barry. Moving on to another par 4. We've got hole 4 in a new position yet again. A lot of the pins have moved for today's round. This one gets shorter, but a lot harder to the right, so the angle becomes a lot tougher. I think you don't actually really need to go that far right off the drive. You want the drive to still push pretty straight, so you have an access to this wide gap that the drone's flying through now, and you can kind of bring the disc back in towards the green. Yeah,
I actually don't think you want to go right at all. You really close your angle off if you do so. So I think the best play is to kind of finish straight as you possibly can, and maybe even finish a little bit left. And Barry's turned it over too far to the right. He's going to have a ton of trees in the way unless he, well, it looks like he miraculously kind of pushed through a bunch of them. He might have some sort of inside look.
I actually leaked over there a little bit, and I had sort of a little sneaky jump putt through the woods, but I wouldn't advise that play. I think straighter is better.
Yeah, and this is a strange hole where the longer hole is actually quite a bit easier. The green is much more forgiving, a lot less trees in the way. This one has a lot of technicality to the second shot.
Yes. This looks really, really good.
Yeah, if I could take that drive every time.
Because he's going to have the angle to kind of hit that tunnel from there. No real opportunity for a huge play for Simon here, but we'll see what he has in store.
I think it's always funny that it's worth noting that there's no crazy Simon guy.
Yeah, Simon's not about to do anything mind-blowing, just to let everybody know, because half the holes he is liable to.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
But he was going pretty aggressive there. This is going to be some kind of a flex. Needs to be super overstable.
Oh, and that was so close. It's that one little skinny tree or vine, you couldn't tell what that was, just sticking out, caught the edge of the disc. But he really committed to that angle and almost got past that last thing in the way of the flight.
And it looked like the kick wasn't too bad. I think it left him pretty cleanly in a good spot.
Oh,
and that's perfect. Really, really well done.
Yeah.
With a baby flex sidearm from Simon. MJ, as we said, kind of lined himself up perfectly with the gap. But a little bit too aggressive on the turnover, I think.
I'm looking at Barry's going to line up a cut roller.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's just so many things in the way.
It kind of fought up for maybe 40, 45 footer. We'll see.
You mentioned yesterday that no matter who you are as a top pro, you have to have a full bag of tricks up the sleeve when you come to a course like this. And I think Simon displayed that perfectly. We don't see him throw a ton of sidearms. He does throw them.
Yep.
But he made that shot look really, really easy.
Yep, for sure. MJ nearly saves it.
His first misspot, if you can call it that, from about 50.
Yeah. And Barry...
Oh, wow. That would have been a tricky 3 there from Barry.
He thought it might have had a chance to grab. Just caught the left side. Simon with the chance for the only birdie on the card. And he's got it. We should have some pretty easy tap outs here. I don't think any of the discs got away too far.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have 3 of the 38 pars that came on this hole. We had 30 birdies, 38 pars, and 9 bogeys. So pretty even spread there. That's kind of what you want to see. It's challenging par 4, but certainly gettable.
Playing fairly easy.
Yeah, this hole really rewards a good tee shot. I mean, the approach isn't easy by any means, but I mean, if you get yourself to a good spot, there's really no birdieing it from a bad tee shot.
Not really, but I do think just a par 4 that only comes in at 435 feet, you're probably going to see a lot of birdies. Hole 5, par 3, 276, finishing right. We are playing to the pin on the right in this drone video. The crux of this hole is kind of this tree that we're heading right towards right now with sort of 3 trunks coming out. You either need to go around it with the sidearm or in front of it with either a sidearm or a turnover. If you don't choose, you're likely to hit it.
Yeah, this is coming in at the number 1 easiest hole of the course. Yesterday, I believe it was number 2 or 3. Today, it was the easiest.
That makes sense. Not really any trouble. Simon goes for the long route, executes it pretty well. Just about 20 to 25 left, I would think.
Right, and I think that it kind of plays into, okay, we made the mistake first round. Maybe the few people who didn't birdie it first round realize, okay, maybe I was a little bit too wide here, but this is a pretty easy adjustment. I don't know, maybe Barry parked it yesterday. And
that's one of the 2 trees that can stop you.
Sure. That's the one that I think is in the way for the forehand.
Yep, the second one in.
The second one.
Yep.
The more inside, tighter one is a little bit more in the way for the forehand.
I'm going around now. I'm done with those trees.
Oh, and MJ's not done with them.
MJ hits the same one Barry hit, but gets the opposite kick.
Yeah, he's going to have a look still. Not what he wanted, but, you know, inside MJ range.
Yeah, he's made that much clear. And this is a little bit lower. It doesn't have the distance. I don't know.
And he kept it inside that line, those 2 guardian trees, but he hit the 3rd super secret option C guardian tree.
Yeah. I bet he's got about 10 to 12 meters left. Barry, real disappointed with that one. Got the nose down, never had enough distance. Yep, Charlie from 12 meters, just outside the circle.
There we go.
Really well done. No jump putt required. I always think that's a good sign as a putter. If you're at 12 meters and you're not jumping, I think that most good putters are that way. They're not necessarily going to go to a jump right away.
Yeah, it shows a lot of confidence in that stroke, and I mean, that's a guy with a confident putt right
he doesn't really jump putt hardly at all.
Yeah.
Not until he gets really far away.
If he gets really far, but he's really good at those.
Yeah.
He's really good when he jumps. I'm almost rather see him not jump.
Yeah,
because when he
probably doesn't do it till at least 45 feet.
Oh, it'd probably be more than that. He has a lot of spin, so he can keep his disc in the air for probably 60 feet accurately.
Yep.
Outside that, that's probably when you see MJ start jump putting.
Yep. Card comes away with 3 birdies. Barry with that tree kind of stopping him, a little bit of a low putt, but he'll move on to the next. Live to fight another day. And fight he will have to do on this hole, because hole 6 has been lengthened to 1,026 feet, is a par 5.
Jeez.
As we said yesterday, there were 1,000 trees on the shorter position. That puts this one in the 1,500 neighborhood.
Yeah, there's about 1,507 trees. As I walked down the fairway yesterday, I hit about 1,300 of them.
Okay, yeah.
No, we went from the easiest hole in the course directly to the hardest hole in the course.
Wow.
This one is playing over a half stroke harder than par.
Look at Simon go here. I love this play.
And it's got to keep turning.
Do not love the result. That is a horrible result.
And he eagled this hole yesterday. He was licking his chops, I'm sure, to get back at this one and try it again. Didn't quite commit to that turnover, and he's going to be in a really bad spot.
I'm ready to lay a heavy bet that par is the absolute best case scenario now.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see that from where he is. There's a long way to go for his 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and maybe even 6th or 7th shot from here.
Yeah, that is, I don't know. I've never even gone over there, but it's got to be tough.
And this is a great play to get way up the fairway.
Whoa, some root action perhaps.
Horrible bounce. Oh, that was looking so nice. He tracked that thing down on a great angle.
Yeah.
And let's see what Barry goes with here.
I'm thinking just like the smoothest turnover ever. Oh, no.
Wow, the score holder has to jump out of the way there. A terrible break there for Barry.
And he's going standstill cut roller here, and that's not good.
Simon's way up the fairway, didn't know Barry was throwing, I guess.
Simon, come on.
You're better than that. And
Charlie, that's not bad,
yeah.
But you'd like to... I think if you want to birdie this hole, you need to be past that island of trees at 2.
Yeah, and not only that, you need to be on the right side of the fairway. There's really... Oh, goodness, man. We are seeing some punishing action here. This is really showing why it is the number 1 handicap on the course.
Well, at least Simon's drive went far. We haven't seen him yet.
That's true.
But Barry forced to go standstill again, And this time he's executed it pretty nicely.
Yeah, and he's going to be on that tricky left side, though, which brings in a much more awkward gap.
Yes.
And we found Simon.
Well, at least he's got room to swing his arm. I was worried it could be even worse than this.
Sure. See if he can get out of the...
He's gone up and over, and we will have to wait a little bit, as he will. He's got no idea where it is. We've got no idea where it is.
Yeah.
But we'll see eventually.
I wonder how that's going to affect his play for the next round, to see if he goes for that same shot again.
I bet he does it.
Yeah, there's nothing really that scares that guy. That's why he plays the way he does.
MJ navigates his way through pretty nicely. That's the perfect spot you want to be to have a lane to get to the green, and he still may be able to save par. Simon went all the way across the fairway, and now he's turfed this shot. It's going to take something very special from here to have any kind of putt.
Oh, no.
Boy. We've got a nightmare hole, folks.
Yeah. There's just a wall all the way across. You had it. You nailed it spot on when you said you just have to get past that wall. From there are openings, but before that, it's just a bunch of trees all across the fairway.
Yes.
And now Simon's got to make something really good happen.
Oh, man.
And now we're looking at double bogey at best.
Barry needs a little bit of flex. Doesn't look like he's going to get any of it, really.
Wow.
Got a little bit of a touch. He's probably 50 feet from the basket there.
Yeah, that's fortunate. I mean, he has a wall of bush in front of him if that doesn't get past that last bit. And now he's got an open putt, and maybe he can make something happen there.
Feels like about the 45th shot we've seen on this hole.
It's such a tough hole. I mean, this distance down this tight tunnel and having this incredibly thick rough, it is just a punishing hole.
MJ puts it up to the pin. I believe he's putting that for bogey.
MJ, I think that could be for par.
Maybe he did get up that far with his third.
Yeah, his third shot was really nice.
Forgive us if we're starting to lose track here. This
Simon's
hole is pretty brutal.
Simon is just trying to get me off this hole, please.
Simon, I believe, is putting for 7.
Yeah, I believe so too.
This is probably for 5.
And not a bad effort there after his short bid on hole 5, but I'm sure he's forgot about that at this point because it's been about 30 minutes.
Yes, absolutely, because there's probably a little backup before they played it anyway.
Wow, 7. And that's a good putt for 7.
Yeah.
Could have easily been an 8 for somebody less focused.
Yeah, Simon, I mean, that drive pretty much sealed his fate, but struggled his way up the fairway. That was tough.
There's no way to play safe once you're in there. And that's a par there from Charlie. Great par there from
it is.
The man who was leading the field coming into this round.
A big putt, too. I believe this is Barry for a single bogey. Yeah, 6 for Barry there. And then we've just got MJ left.
And this one, hole 6 had 9 birdies out of 77 players, 28 pars, and get this, 32 bogeys. That's 42% of the field bogeyed the hole.
Wow.
There was 6 double bogeys and 2 triple bogeys on this hole. So you can see that's a nightmare hole for a lot of players.
Absolutely. Trying to throw hard through very skinny gaps where any kick can spell the end of your hopes for par.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you have a buffer in the hole before with the easiest, and then you have a nice little buffer here with the third easiest hole in the course. So kind of just an interesting little section there where you go easy, the hardest thing, and then right back to easy.
Hole 7's just 345 feet. You really just need to get this hyzer up in the air, just like MJ's done. If you throw it high enough, there's nothing to hit. You just have to not be way too long. He took a weird reaction.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pro backspin does not work in his favor in this hole.
But yeah, the only real challenge, I mean, it's a pretty wide gap. You just need to get the disc up above the trees.
And MJ hit the lock yesterday. He just kept it just a tad bit wider, kind of like Charlie here, but he's high enough that he just fortunately gets through that tree that MJ hit. you kind of have to push. The ceiling isn't just about getting over these early things. It's about getting through that last bit that Charlie and MJ were dealing with.
Yeah, staying up high as long as possible and then kind of spiking down on the basket. This looks really high, which is good.
And it's a little bit tighter as well, so he didn't have to deal with the trees that Charlie and MJ were dealing with there.
Yeah, really well thrown. Simon, I think, is probably still going with the driver.
I feel like the driver is the preferred play here because you can just throw it high. You don't have to worry about something gliding, and it was that wide rim.
Kind of a heavy skip.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you like about throwing the wide rim driver here is that it should, by the time it comes to the ground, knife down.
Yeah, you hope with that height it's not going to have a lot of a skip. Oh, MJ with kind of a rare miss there.
Yeah, he had to straddle out to avoid that tree in his way and maybe just a little bit uncomfortable.
Simon for birdie. That's in.
Good bounce back there from Simon.
Yeah, you can start to erase the damage that double bogey did. Barry connects for birdie as well.
It's the formality here for Charlie.
Yeah. Really good drive. Sets it in the basket nice and soft.
It's important to do on these targets.
Yeah, when you can. 3 birdies, just the 1 par for MJ. Still got a tight race here.
Yeah, 16, 15, 14, 13. It's fun to watch these guys play this course, that's for sure.
Hole 8, par 4, 582. Same position as yesterday. The play here is just to go low and powerful hyzer. Try to skip left as much as you can after you make this initial gap. Find this landing zone the drone's in right now and take a turnover or forehand up to the green.
Yeah, the tricky thing is these trees that are on the right side of the screen right there. They're kind of in the middle no matter where your drive lands. Mm-hmm. So it really forces a technical second shot, whether it's a flip up or a wide turnover backhand. It's interesting because this hole really does force 2 very technical shots here. And Charlie is...
Two straight.
Yeah, 2 straight there. Being in the fairway on this hole isn't always the greatest thing.
Yeah, from there he's looking at probably forehand cut roller.
Yeah, either that or maybe play for 4.
Yep. I mean, you almost think even the forehand cut roller's playing for 4, but it just makes that next up shot a little easier. And Barry, we saw him over there yesterday, but I don't even think he's going to have the luxury going over the top this time.
No, that's a surprise. I thought Barry would have made the adjustment. And Simon does not look like he's playing conventional golf here.
He looks like he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
There's a Simon we know.
Who knows? Again, I think we'll have no idea where this lands, but it's gone a long ways.
Yeah, he's just trying to take the technicality of the second shot, just get past everything.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's in the rough, but that might be okay. MJ needs this to hurry up and get left. Everybody's going a little too straight, I feel.
Yeah, he's a little bit shorter, though, so he's going to have a longer shot than he'd like, but he actually has an angle to attack this awkward fairway.
Yeah. He's sneaking it through using every bit of ceiling he has.
Wow. That's going to come up
and look at that shot.
Oh, gosh, he tricked me. I thought that was going to come up short.
That was that's not a good place to land your drive really at all. And
awesome.
He's like nicking every leaf in the ceiling of the shot, like as it goes, just painting the absolute top of what he can do.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was really, really pretty.
Looks like Barry's going to try to cut the corner here.
Wow.
He does it, but it's not overstable enough or not enough angle because it just shoots straight across and he's going to find himself in the rough again.
The forehand cut roller count is now at 2 for Barry.
Yeah, that's high. That's approaching record levels.
And yeah, kind of like I thought, Charlie just is electing to play the safe, take your medicine.
Yep.
You're not in a good spot. You can bring bogey into the equation really quick if you try to get too aggressive.
Look at Simon's drive. Really no problem at all.
That's a pretty interesting play.
I think I'm going to go 500 feet over the top.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Charlie playing smart golf here after the not ideal drive. Oh, Barry's not in too bad of a spot.
Should be pretty textbook for Barry. He's done this a couple thousand times before.
Mm-hmm. What a birdie this is going to make.
Awesome.
Sweet.
The rubber man.
Definitely one of the best shots of the round we've seen so far.
And certainly the only shot with a FollowFlight.
Yep.
And that proves it.
That proves it. Beyond any doubt. Charlie for the par. How's this hole rank for difficulty? Right around the middle?
Actually, I would have guessed so, considering how tough the rough is and how technical that both shots have to be. Surprisingly enough, this was the 4th easiest hole of the day.
I'm not very good at predicting the difficulty of holes.
No, you're not. You've been pretty bad at it, actually. But it's really surprising. There was 26 birdies, 49 pars, and only 2 bogeys.
2 bogeys, that's it.
Only 2 bogeys, which is the least bogeyed hole of the tournament so far.
That is almost shocking.
Yeah, to me too. When looking at the numbers, they don't lie. But that did not feel like it's the 4th easiest hole in the course, but it came out that way.
Wow. Okay, well, hole 9 is now 414 feet. We've moved to a deeper position. You can just see the top of the basket here. Much, much, much more difficult.
Yeah.
Really kind of almost a miracle, too.
I personally, I'm not a fan of this change. I think the short pin really rewards a great shot, and this long pin does not reward a great shot. It rewards a miracle shot that also has to get lucky too, I feel like.
Yeah.
Locals might disagree with me, and that's fine. I just think that you're going to see very few birdies in this hole ever.
Yep. I almost thought we were going to see Simon go huge and high, but I think it's just a little too risky.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that's good about that big high turnover is you can get down there, but you can also get down there too far, and there is road down the hill OB. So if you get too overzealous, you can find yourself in a really bad spot and not even have a way to get back up to the green for your 4.
Yeah.
So
a good drive there by MJ. He'll have a routine little jump putt. You can't really run it that hard, though, because it's downhill.
You're on a very tough slope.
So I would expect to see him just lay that underneath the basket and move away with his 3.
I've seen MJ lay up about 6 putts in the last 11 years of me playing disc golf. So this might be number 7, but I wouldn't be surprised if he still gave it a little bit of a half bid.
Yeah, he's got some soft putters, and he's got a good amount of spin. He can really match his angles with the hill, so he might be able to get away with it.
And we have seen...
Oh, I thought it hit that tree.
That
but
could have been... Oh, gosh, that was on a great path, actually. Had he missed that one tree, that would have really been the ticket. You know, you don't feel comfortable throwing the roller as inside as you need to.
Yeah.
But that little tree direction that he got there...
That wasn't great from Simon.
No, it was not.
He's left himself short. He's going to have kind of a scary putt down the hill. Still makeable, though.
Ooh.
Oh, my. Barry with a little bit too much turnover.
That's a fast 30-foot par putt.
Charlie, putter forehand. It's a smart play if it's not too fast, but it is too fast.
Man, coming down with any sort of hyzer on this hillside is scary.
I think you need to land that about 20 feet shorter than he did and a little less angle.
Yeah, that's not a layup from MJ.
I don't know. Calf. Ray, you've seen it 7.5 times now.
Oh, no.
Simon with a big pressure putt here.
Oh,
great shot. Saves his par. That's got to feel good.
That is a scary par putt. He's about 35, 36 feet away.
Really downhill.
And that hit dead center. That was an awesome putt there from Simon.
See if Barry can follow him home. Nice.
Very confident stroke from both of those guys.
Charlie's going to have a putt of similar length coming back up the hill. See how much of the rough is kind of impacting his shot. Oh, my. Well, never mind. He went way down there, and he's only got a forehand.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough. Tough break there.
MJ played the hole very well. Made it look pretty boring, which is exactly what you want to do on this hole since
that's really...
birdie is almost unattainable.
How many birdies would you predict on this hole?
5.
There were 3 birdies, 56 pars, 73% of the field parred it, and 15 bogeys.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for joining us. Thanks to Jomez. Thanks to Innova for the coverage. Thanks to Overstable Studios. We will catch you guys for the back 9 of this round and see who's got the lead going into the final round on Sunday.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.